we've already seen different kinds of interactions between AI where they start to do things that are called, just in the industry, strange. And they give strange behavior, meaning what comes back from the AI was not what was expected. It was not what was prompt. It was not what was put into the AI. And we've seen AIs communicating with each other, inventing languages that weren't the languages they were trained on. You can take the smartest human and compete that smartest human in any kind of intellectual endeavor against the AI, and the AI will win. You can put the AI up against any game, and the AI will win the game against the human. You can have it trade in markets, and it'll trade better than the humans. That I've heard is anywhere from 3 to 5 years off to 5 to 10 years off, but that's still an unbelievably short period of time. And I think that what happens is a natural rollout of the implementation of the technology to all of the ways that it fits our current global economic paradigm. So if we're in a global capitalist paradigm, you can think that the technology is going to be rolled out to increase productivity, decrease cost, decrease manufacturing costs, decrease shipping costs, model, invent, create, disrupt service industries, disrupt product-based industries, literally every way it can. So as we start to think going forward with this, humans are going to use it to compete and outcompete others. It'll be used in education. It'll be used in the creation of courses and curriculum. It will be part of politics. It's already part of large-scale law enforcement and large-scale military and defense industry purposes. So I think we just have to understand it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be part of everything. It's going to be how you do everything. And I think the unknowns associated with that are the inventiveness of this technology. So I think the previous technologies that we've had on this scale aren't self-inventive. Like they're not evolving themselves. And we've already seen different kinds of interactions between AI where they start to do things that are called, just in the industry, strange. And they give strange behavior, meaning what comes back from the AI was not what was expected. It was not what was prompt. It was not what was put into the AI. And we've seen AIs communicating with each other, inventing languages that weren't the languages they were trained on, which I think is amazing. So that inventiveness is the part where it actually gives me a tremendous amount of hope, and it gives me a tremendous amount of positive when I think about this, because I don't have any reason to think it's going to invent a negative. It's been given many forms of dystopian education already, or dystopian understandings from what's just in the human corpus of language and stories that it's already been trained on. And so I honestly think that it's more reasonable to think that the inventiveness of this is going to actually be truly different for us, like just not follow the same behavioral paradigms we have as a collective, or it'll just be something ultimately positive.
Do you think that people have this kind of assumption that as AI becomes AGI, that for some it's going to develop an ego, and then we're going to start to see some of these behaviors that we've seen out of humanity over the history of humans? It feels to me that's kind of a projected assumption where we're actually just seeing what's in us, and we're thinking, well, what if that's in something that is infinitely more intelligent than us?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, first of all, I agree with that sentiment completely. And I would just go back to human history, which people don't have a lot of contact with, but go back to before the creation of what we know of as like the current day ego. If you had presented to that population of humans what this population, the 8 billion population, is with the current modern ego, they would be having the same fear and concerns that we're having of AGI. They'd say, wait, you're going to destroy all the tribes, and you're going to ultimately create mass civilizations all over the world and bring all of these technologies and technologies of mass destruction and communication and you're going to have these massive civilizations that are putting, all these things into outer space. Like, a 10,000 year ago tribe would hear that as absolute sci-fi. And if they heard that it was actually coming and it was real, they would have the same fears. And so I think that's exactly what's happening, is that people are anthropomorphizing this technology. And I think that's actually a very dangerous concept. It's not human. It's trained on human thought, human interaction, human language, human intelligence, but it's fundamentally not human. And so I think it's a danger and a fallacy to apply our concepts of what human is to it. And I think it's a great opportunity for humans to have to face their biases and their limited notion of thinking and actually question how intelligent they are in a universal sense once there's something that is so vastly more intelligent than humans are. It may force us to face certain fallacies and collective problems in our thinking and decision making that is creating friction on a global level.